Good morning. It's sunny Monday. Monday is the first day of week and busy day. So let's start Little Miss Busy. Little Miss Busy loved nothing more than to be hard at work, keeping herself busy as a bee. In fact, as busy as a hive of bees. Every day she would get up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Then little Miss Busy would read a chapter from her favorite book. It was called Work is Good for You. And then she would get down to the housework. She would begin by tidying up, and then sweeping and dusting and scrubbing and polishing until everything was spotless. She would clean her house from top to bottom and then from bottom to top just to make sure. She even dusted the bread and polished the butters. Wow! She wasn't happy unless she was busy working, and she didn't last all day long, not for a minute. Not even for a second, from 3 o'clock in the morning until after midnight. That was until last Monday. Little Miss Busy wasn't up at 3 o'clock. She wasn't up by 6 o'clock. She wasn't even out of bed by 9 o'clock. She was ill. Oh, calamity, she cried. I won't be able to do any work. So she telephoned Dr. Make You Well. 5 minutes later, she was at her bedside. He asked her to put out her tongue. He examined her throat, and he looked at her hands and feet. What you need is rest, a lot of rest, he said with a broad smile. A lot of rest, repeated little Miss Busy to herself. Oh, calamity! There was a loud thump, which was the sound of little Miss Busy falling over backward onto the bed. Luckily for her, on Tuesday, Mr. Strong called to see little Miss Busy. He brought her 72 eggs. Go on, count them. There's nothing like egg for giving you strength, said Mr. Strong. By 77 eggs, little Miss Busy was feeling much better. That was until Mr. Strong said, now you must rest to get your strength up. There was a loud thump, which was the sound of little Miss Busy falling over backward onto the bed, luckily for her. On Wednesday, Mr. Grady came to visit. He brought an enormous bowl of food. I always find that eating a big meal makes me feel better, said Mr. Grady. Little Miss Busy ate a lot. She felt much better than ever. That was until Mr. Grady said, now you must rest to let your stomach settle. There was a loud thump. And you know what was, don't you? That's right. Little Miss Busy had fallen over backward. On Thursday, Miss Nonsense peeped in to see little Miss Busy. He brought her an umbrella. Hello, he said. I hear you are feeling ill. You don't need a rest. Little Miss Busy jumped for the joy. Right out of bed. You need a holiday, finished Mr. Nonsense. There was a loud thump. That's right. There you look like already. There you look better already, said Miss Nonsense and left. By the open window, little Miss Busy picked herself up. A small smile formed on her face. Something Mr. Nonsense had said had actually made sense. She had never thought of going on holiday before. The more she thought about it, happier she felt. She thought of all of fun things she could do. There was a planning and organizing. There was all the shopping she would have to do. There was a packing, and she would have to learn the language and read a lot of books about the place she was going to. What a lot of work! Little Miss Busy smiled happily. The following Thursday, she was awoke at 3 o'clock in the morning. Everything was ready. Little Miss Busy had had one of the busiest weeks of her life, which is saying something. She had only one thing left to do, and that was to learn how to twiddle her thumbs. Thank you. Have a nice day.